In the white unis, and Alyssa Latham for Syracuse, and controlling the tip, the visitors in Boston College. La Ivy controlling things, coming in at 9-6 on the season. We mentioned picking up that win against Miami on Thursday for the Eagles. That one deflected from behind by Woolley, altering the shot for Daly, and coming into the hands of Elena Rice. Rice, who returned for a 5th season, believes in what Coach Jack has to offer, along with Fair. A great backcourt for them. Alyssa Latham, the true freshman who is impressed thus far, solidifying that front court. Rice, reverse layup, no good. And the rebound into the net from Waggoner, Dontavia Waggoner. And they find an open Tiana Todd. Todd, who is averaging better than 12 points a game, off the mark there.
Game off to a good pace so far. Those teams definitely get shots up quick.
Indeed, Georgia Woolley, top of the key, trying to use that screen, and off the mark there. And the Aussie shoots an air ball. 8:54 in the early going of this ball game. A lot of anticipation and excitement for Coach Jack and this team to right the ship, as you mentioned, and turn things around after that big road loss in Chapel Hill.
Just coming back playing with more confidence is something Coach Jack said she wanted to see in her team.
Coming up with a big offensive rebound is Taya Sidbury. What she is doing currently here at Syracuse, was an alum, an All-American, a freshman of the year out of the Big East back when they competed there, led them to a Big East championship, a tournament appearance, and guess what? She feels like she is in position to do that again with this group or those moving forward. And she has reignited this fan base for sure, who stands until the first points are scored for the Orange, as that one's deflected from behind. Sidbury, much like we have seen from her all season, has just been involved in a lot of different plays already. Freshman number 4 in white for Syracuse. Meanwhile, Burrows got beat there. Ball got away. 19.5 points a game. They look to get her going. She's always looking for her shot. Over to Woolley. Great defense thus far we've seen from Boston College, making it difficult. And there on the steal, they forced better than 24 turnovers a game, and already they're making their defense turn off. Burrows for 3. No good. But coming up with the rebound is Sanaya Wilson, and Wilson is... the crowd still standing. Daly with nowhere to go finds Sidbury, who's running through, and right now 6 points, all 6 of them with Eagles.
And in contrast, you see Boston College has a lot of movement. Everybody's touching it. They've scored from all over the floor, whereas, and here we go, finally, Syracuse. Yeah, and they've had some turnovers, and there you see another one. Freshman Alyssa Latham stealing it away.
Latham right there. Boy, is she promising as a part of a wonderful freshman class across the college basketball landscape. Alyssa Latham puts her name in that conversation.
Yeah, she's been terrific just scoring the ball. She has a great face-up game, and she's really, really, really good on the offensive glass.
Todd down low, a wide open look to Daly.
She talked a little bit about her confidence still kind of wavering, but when she can get some defense going, get in some passing lanes, and get her team out to score points like that.
All of their points have come in that painted area. Weak side rebound from Wilson, and the junior out of Rochester, New York, Sanaya Wilson, with 2 free throws on the way. Just a reminder that feeling good and lifted off of their last second win earlier today. You can catch that action on Thursday. Thompson looking. Sidbury, who gave them early offense, over to Todd in the corner. Rims out. And snatching away that rebound is Wilson, who snatches about 4 a game. She's been strong on the boards early on. Here's Lexi Kirby Perkins.
And it's just a great take, you know. And then you get the steal from Georgia Woolley to put 2 more points on the board.
The last 65 seconds of the quarter. And that one blocked And deflected there by Alyssa Latham. Latham with the length and the block. And great defense once more for Syracuse. Fair still searching for her first points of the game. That one nearly went in. Boy, they have been Caitlin Clark, who eclipsed 3,000 points earlier this season. And Fair. And with that shot, she moves into 17th all-time in Division I in career scoring, currently helping her team extend their run, scored the last 7 points. Meanwhile, Boston College still searching for a bucket in more than 2.5 minutes.
Syracuse picking it up on the defensive end. Extending pressure, coming back, making Boston College take a quick shot, but got to secure the rebound.
Daly going right up against Latham. Great contest and swat away from Latham. Couple of blocks here for the true freshman in the first quarter.
Latham does average about 1.5 blocks a game, so that is part of her package.
Waggoner with a little juke fake, but also the traveling violation called. 4.9 seconds left to go in the quarter. Syracuse with their first lead of the ball game, heaved up by Perkins at the buzzer, and no good. Both teams look to pick things up on the offensive end. Boston College 5 of 15 from the floor for 33%.
But Syracuse extending pressure, and they've seen,
imploring her team to execute, stay locked in. Perkins pulls up from the free throw line and gets it to fall. Kennedy Perkins now with 4 points. She was held scoreless in her last game. Good to see her on the board and a nice flip in.
Nice take by Todd.
The indecision there from Woolley resulted in a turnover and running the floor during shoot-around earlier today. What have they done in executing their game plan thus far, as Daly is on the move here and nice in transition and the finish?
What I would like to see them do is to kind of play their roles, you know, like Fair is a scorer. That's right. Do that. You know, get yourself.
His lone point tonight has come from the free throw line. She's back at the stripe. A player who has to feel like there's a win thus far. Through a quarter and some change, holding an outstanding score to now just her 3rd point.
And that's their game plan, to make every, you see the offensive foul contested and tough. The thing is, she's capable of making those.
And important to note that that was Daly's 2nd personal foul, so the Eagles leading scorer goes to the bench. Woolley is too strong, has a roll off. Latham is fouled on the way down. Perkins right there to Fair. Good ball fake and deflection there from Todd. Comes up with it is Burrows underneath the basket, right place.
Rebounds, and that is something that they have been terrific at all season, as offensive rebounding.
And tonight, they've gotten 5 thus far, but that's what's helped them. Second chance opportunities. Zama and the pull-up. And following our own shot was Waggoner looking for the open player. Todd is there. No good. And then Lily Kesselbeck
gets a chance to, you know, put some free throws in.
Freshman from Hungary. And
She
coming up empty. Woolley trying to fight through the defenders. It rolls off the rim. Woolley still there. And that one, Krasovic showing off that length right there, deflecting it. Trying to close out on Fair, but not in time.
Another offensive rebound from Alyssa Latham, and getting Dyaisha Fair something off the ball. You know, she's great with the ball in her hands and creating her own shot, but sometimes, you know, let your teammates work for you. You know, get some movement, get some off-ball actions, maybe some off-ball screens, and that'll help get her going.
Krasovic going up against 2 defenders. Latham will look on from the bench. Coming into today, missed her first 3, and that one is true. I like Wilson, the way that she's worked on the board so far today. 4 rebounds for her. Getting back is Dyaisha Fair, icing the vein for Syracuse. Wild shot by Waggoner, snatched away by Wilson. And the ball pinballing back and forth between the teams. The hezzy from Kayla Ivey. She's a great assister, averaging ease of competitor. Burrows with a great look from Kayla Ivey. Mentioned earlier her assist numbers. I'll make a correction there. She averages better than 7 assists per game. And best in the conference in doing so.
She usually doesn't turn it over too much, but Kayla Ivey, I believe we've seen her turn it over maybe 2 or 3 times already in this game. I'll have to check that. Uncharacteristic of her. She's really solid with the ball. And on the other end, Jordan.
And the pressure there, just making it tough, but Todd, the step through. Tiana Todd, she has been locked in and engaged all season long, according to her head coach, Matt.
And she called her a good shot maker, someone that you can depend on with the ball in her hands to score.
Burrows, strong arm it back. Sophie Burrows, who had some experience playing semi-pro in Australia. And you see those offensive rebounds converting to points. 9 points and 11 boards for Syracuse. Todd.
Now that the game settled into the half court, it's been a little harder.
Kyra Wood. Nice recovery there from Kyra. Final seconds of this first half. Boston College had a good rhythm going. Syracuse has found their stride, and 12 points, 9 rebounds here today. Knocked down the back end. Woolley, full speed. She was hitting a lot of from half court. Doing shoot around earlier today. Started to light it up.
Absolutely, and Sidbury had to sit a little bit. She got 2 fouls, couldn't play that whole second quarter. So now having her back in the lineup, I would look for Boston College to get her going early.
Fair looking for her shot early on. Almost went down. Burrows is there to collect the offensive rebound, an area where Syracuse has excelled this season. 12 O boards here tonight. They work hard on the glass in the drive there from Elena Rice. So netting points in their opening possession of the second half.
And Coach Jack said that she wanted to see Elena Rice be more aggressive and look to score. So in that high post is really effective for them. So being able to pass through her is going to help them.
We saw good defense in that second quarter from Syracuse. And there is Sophie Burrows. Waggoner in down to Sidbury, loses the handle. Latham on the floor to get it. And coming up with it is Rice. Rice going straight downhill. Nice stop, pump faking in. And a full 5 coming off the bench and waiting at the scorer's table for Coach Mack's team at the next whistle. Kayla Ivey, an open look for 3, rolls in and out. Sidbury came up with the old board, but couldn't get points.
You know, this Boston College team just off to a flat start in this half, and that's typically why you see a 5-in, 5-out type of subbing from a coach.
Yeah, and check out your girl, Dyaisha Fair. She has been on fire her entire career.
Dyaisha Fair approaching 3,000 career points.
A 9-0 run for Syracuse to get things going here in the third quarter. And then Thompson trying to find a place to go, gets across half court. The Eagles, their mass substitution coming out of the timeout.
And I love the decision by Syracuse to extend the pressure. Coach Jack said, hey, we're going to keep this momentum. We're going to extend pressure. We're going to take these subs and put the pressure on them. And I like that.
There, we're working on Lazama. And Jai comes up with the rebound, and Fair is slow to get back up the court. She is laboring, you can tell, but she's trying to tough it out, push through it, tried to poke that one away. Jai with the spin move, a nice finish with the left hand in the lane from the freshman out of Senegal.
And that's what we need to see the Eagles do a little bit more. They have 20 points, 22 points in the paint on the game. Play inside out.
Sophie Burrows, somebody's got to cover her, because right now she is knocking them down left and right from three-point range. Came in with 9 threes on the season. And here tonight, she's got 3 from beyond the arc.
Coach Jack said that is a player that she was expecting today.
And Coach Bankhart certainly has it going for her Tar Heels, who may very well make a return trip.
You're typically seeing those shots go in. It's the forced ones. It's the, poor shot selection when they find themselves in a little trouble.
Kosovic sees it go down. That's second half for the Eagles. See if they can engineer or run. McGee, bounce pass in the Njai, and yes.
Moving the ball around and executing their offense.
And when you look at a Coach Jack-led team, Cuse out of rhythm early on, but since then their offense has stalled, and picking things up on the defensive end has been Syracuse. Kennedy Perkins on the steal with the take. Syracuse has had success so far today. 7 of 8 from the line.
And they had a hard time defending that high-low from that high-post area. And today, they've done a great job in responding and closing down that area.
An area of focus, and especially if that's something that you're keying in on in the scout. You want to try to get it right. Fair for 3. Rolls in. It's who I am. But that's what she's been doing since she started playing basketball. Remember, she was the MAC Freshman of the Year when she was at Buffalo with Coach Jack before coming over here. And the answer, this is the last game that they'll be able to capture before they head back to Brisbane.
And I love that. It's hard for international players with such a quick turnaround to be able to go all the way home for the break. So I love, and
big deficit here is Ivy trying to look inside. Instead, she looks for her own shot, and a one picks up the dribble, finds Woolley. They try to force it down to Perkins. And a turnover, and Perkins snatching it right back, but in the process, who's averaging 16 points a game, has been pretty quiet here tonight.
They have. They've, taken care of the ball a little better. And Daly is a player that, she drives to the basket, and they've done such a good job defending the paint that there's not been any gaps to drive.
Daly, just as you say that.
As I speak.
For Andrea Daly. And there are great hands from Dontavia Waggoner, and finishes it off coast to coast, as Waggoner is great in the theft department, a strong defender, steals leader. And during their Thursday game against Miami, the team was notified afterward, and they're just wrapping their arms around her at the sudden loss of her parent, and a tough one to try to work through. She's not currently. Waggoner, tough shot there. Ivy sneaking away with that one. Sid Berry was open, baseline, was calling for it the entire time, and then
Boston College has done a great job in the paint, but they have struggled from outside and being able to find any kind of flow. And if they could hit some from out there, it would open it up.
That one was on Sunday, but not for Kayla Ivy. Prior to that shot, Boston College had 36 of their 38 points in the paint. To follow up what you were saying, away the answer for 2 points. The jumper was good from Latham. Flirted with the idea of hitting the top 25 and then made their way to the top 25. She was like, well, now that you're there, it's not good enough to be there. You got to work hard to stay there.
Yeah, and they earned that. And it's just a responsibility that they felt that kind of overwhelmed them a little bit in that last game. just kind of focusing on the numbers, not so much the process and what got them there.
11-point ball game. As Rice trying to drive baseline, finds Woolley. And pops out. And Boston College could cut the deficit to single digits on a make here from Todd, and yes, they're able to do so.
Nice coast-to-coast take with the left finish. And Boston College showing some momentum right now. And there you see another turnover from Syracuse.
And fourth personal foul for Wilson, who is coming, and a nice job off the bench for Coach Jack. Nice eyes from Daly down to Waggoner. Boy, she had to thread that one down the field.
She did, but I saw it coming. I didn't know if Syracuse would react, but I saw Dontavia Waggoner get behind the defense. That was a great pass and way to execute that play.
An 8-0 run from Boston College.
I imagine a timeout coming if BC scores right here.
Great block from behind. The credit Tanari Wilson playing hard with those 4 fouls. It's been an all-hands-on-deck type of affair for Boston College. Trying to cut it to a 2-possession ball game as Ivy tried to force that one down.
Short corner area. She didn't do anything aggressively towards the rim.
Meanwhile, Syracuse trying to end a 4+ minute scoring drought. Kennedy Perkins does so on the Atlantic Coast Conference. Todd looking for a shot, elbow jumper, won't fall. Daly tracks down the rebound. And Daly, who was open on the wing, instead they go to Kayla Ivy. And Ivy could not save that. Fair will inbound it. She's got 14 points tonight, but it's been a quiet 14 as Sophie Burrows, who has been a nice compliment to Pittsburgh to take on Leah King. And you saw the Panthers recently. She is a player to watch for, and then Miami taking on Kenny Brooks' team in Blacksburg.
I'll be there for that Louisville win. In order to do all these things, it elevates the level of their play. So now every night, every team has to play as strong as they can in order to come out with a win.
Pick 13. But we saw them take down a Miami team that made it to the Elite 8 last year, although they look very different. And a wide open look for 3 from Todd won't fall. Dontavia Waggoner jumping up to get that one. He's shooting 25%, however, can hit some critical ones here down the stretch. And that one on the road against Notre Dame next Thursday. And then next Saturday they'll be at Pitt. And they continue later this month at Louisville. Goldsman with 30 seconds in Louisville before closing out the month at home against NC State. 8-point ball game here at the JMA Wireless Dome in Syracuse, the 25th ranked Orange.
Boston College really extending that pressure, forcing Syracuse to take a shot with 3 seconds on the shot clock, but Sophie Burrows, who has been amazing tonight, gets an offensive rebound and a putback.
And Sophie Burrows
be able to be at home and away, have a good mix of both.
Coach Jack has seen so much growth with this team. She's talked about just the ownership that the players have taken this season, a drastic turnaround from last year, this year. And even when we spoke with both of the coaches, you know, they were just pleased with their team, the players, and the culture. The senior out of Nashville on the season, out of 2 for Waggoner.
You know, with Boston College not really shooting well or shooting a lot from the outside, those free throws are very valuable for you.
Especially more in late game situations. They were able to close it out against Miami, but What are things that you feel like Boston College...
Maintaining their edge. Like even how they started the game, it was great. They had all this energy. They were executing the game plan. Great defensively. The ball was going in the basket. But then the energy and that edge kind of becomes more lax as the game goes on. And sometimes it's too late to try to pick it up at the end.
Hard to corral that one. Latham had it, but it was stolen away by Waggoner, the and one. So strong, she was on pace to break the single season steals record last year before she got injured. And there you got to follow quickly as she'll go. There's Justin Taylor and his crew. You see Justin Taylor in the tan sweatshirt, chopping it up with Dyaisha Fair's dad. And so he's pleased to see his daughter knock down the free throw necessary to try to inch closer to that. And right now, if you're Boston College, you can't be lax here. You've got to try to put up a shot quickly. And Kayla Ivey is able to do so. Knocks down the three. And then quickly trying to foul, but you're going to put it in the hands of Dyaisha Fair. All defensive team, WBC All-American honorable mention in her 2023 campaign. And now Ivy over to Todd. Todd lobs it up, and boy, they were one for whatever before those last two threes.
Yeah, and Syracuse needs to be aware. Todd is a great three-point shooter, so don't want to give her any easy looks. I know time is running out, but...
A two-possession ball game here from Syracuse. And Dyaisha Fair knocks them both down, moving it back out to 7. A lead for the Orange. Kayla Ivey trying to go to the bank again, couldn't do so. Todd coming up with the rebound, jump ball. And it's going to stay with the Eagles. 12.8 seconds remaining. But here you've got to get a shot off quickly and a good look. Tiana Todd is that player who does not mind. Instead, they quickly inbounded to Daly, tried to get the old-fashioned three-point play. Andrea Daly, the junior out of Miami, Florida. She's both of them go down as it's on the inbound. And they got to chase down Fair. Todd's able to do so. Dyaisha Fair. I feel like a young lady like Fair has a bright future ahead of her in whatever she decides to do, continuing to try to play pro ball or in any endeavor. So who's the ball going into the hands of?
Todd.
They find Todd. Slips through. Good look from three, or a tough shot enough for Waggoner on the putback. And the tie-up. And with 1.2 seconds remaining, it's going to be Syracuse basketball, and that's going to pretty much do it. Yeah. What a ball game here.